Now I get to talk about my favorite subject, which is the AMM. So as most of you probably know, an AMM has a pile of two assets and it makes markets between those two assets. But it's also implementing a trading strategy. The trading strategy profits from volatility.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat. Late last night, moving into the morning, Bitcoin made a move up. And of course, right now, pulling back. Don't forget, guys, we have CME that opens tonight. Looking at Bitcoin futures, open interest was moving up, but no volume. Ethereum futures moving down, and also no volume. Also, guys, don't forget the stock market is going to be open. Like I said, CME is going to open, but we have the bond market and the FX market that's going to be closed on Columbus Day, which is tomorrow. And then on top of it, guys, we finally get that main event, that geopolitical event that's going to set things off. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for me to speak about it, but I'm going to do a Patreon video on it because you know I can't say what I want to say. But I will touch bases on it slightly in this video. But guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates on Friday, which were volatile, and we know on Tuesday they're going to be volatile again, just because we hear those drums are beating. And then we have the dollar slightly down on Friday. We have volume and crypto down. We have Tether, which was volatile this morning, and then we have USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo at 1.2 trillion. We see it coming down on Friday. It did move slightly up, but it is definitely coming down. Remember, it got all the way up to about $2.6 trillion, all the way down to 1.2 trillion. And we know Janet Yellen is moving funds from the repo to put back those federal retirement funds. And we heard that from Jerome Powell. Now, touching bases on the geopolitical events, we have Netanyahu says the drums get to beating. And we know when the drums get to beating, two sides are created. And we know every drum that's ever beaten, it all came from the banks. And we know these dates are chosen. The power of seven and the chosen people. And we know when the drums get to beating, it's going to make mainstream media for about 2 weeks. And then they move over to the next event. But we know when it comes to the drums are beating, those drums last for years. Remember, they need an event that's going to last for years so they can bring in all the technology. And we know more and more countries are going to get involved. Remember, guys, this is a plan. And we know America is going to be one of those main countries. We're already funding one. Now we're going to be stretched. So you're witnessing the fall of America to Babylon. And after all the dust settles, you're going to have the rise of China the dragon, and we know Israel is going to be sitting back in control, but still behind the curtain. I don't talk about it a lot. I'm going to do a Patreon video, but we know the technology they have. We know the weapons that they have. But never forget, guys, this is all about the fourth industrial revolution, where they bring in the robots, algorithms, and drones to take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Do not get distracted on things that don't matter. Majority of people could care less that the drums get to beating, but they don't know it's going to affect them. The same way we have these strikes going on. And these strikes are going to go again to the back burner. But guys, get in the lab and say your prayers. Because remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. Not because it's not there, because they reject it. And they hate the truth. And you know the crypto teacher is going to give you the truth, none but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. And I already know you're going to hate me, but it's okay. I'm just a watchman on the wall. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale. It's in about $22.7 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Ripple CTO seeks community consensus for XRPL AMM feature adoption. And guys, who else talked about automated market makers, went in front of Congress? That's right, the bank man. And all of a sudden, we have David Schwartz bringing it up again, right during the bank man trial. So basically, you're using a liquidity pool rather than a traditional market buyers and sellers. Remember, guys, what the bank man was working on. You have this $1 trillion derivative market on blockchain being ran by an algorithm. And you know I did a couple of videos with the bank man and the CME CEO Duffy. But don't forget the BIS project Mariana wholesale CBDCs using automated market makers. Guys, this is not a coincidence. We know DeFi is definitely the new banking. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.